Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, and we are back with Andrew Day 2 Dryden playing Poorfolk in Modern. A quick shout out to the manabase.com, our sponsor, who also, not only sponsoring, promoting budget decks in Modern, but also in Standard, and maybe Commander and Legacy. I don't know, I don't think there's any, but I'm not sure, what is budget and Legacy?
Modern.
Maybe Modern. If you want to play budget Legacy, go play Modern. So we're on the draw, and we have a good hand on the draw. I like this hand on the draw. We're gonna curve out perfectly. Turn 1, Judge's Familiar. Turn 2, Silvergill Adept. Turn 3, Judge's Familiar, Master of the Pearl Trident. Perfect curve. I love it. Turn 1, Overgrown Tomb. I think if we're up against Jund, we're in very good shape. We just found Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas is gonna find its way to the tomb. Oh wait a minute. Oh no, this is Dredge.
Ah. Yes.
Or
no, they're not playing anything.
Because he has Cathartic Reunion, but I have Judge's Familiar. So I think I'm just gonna Spreading Seas this. Red is the most sensitive mana, and it's possible he has no more mana after this. So we are just gonna go for it.
No turn 1 play though?
No, he has Cathartic Reunion. It's all on Cathartic Reunion.
Yeah, I guess.
And I just gotta hope he has no more red mana
What's
sources.
The other one? The
Faithless Looting.
That's it, thank you.
So we're gonna eat this up.
Yeah, tapped Overgrown Tomb. At first I'm like, oh, he just doesn't have an Inquisition in his hand, and he like, that's weird.
Tectonic Edge. Not gonna be particularly great in this matchup. Oh, forget it. It's Living End. Well, in that case, this is awful.
Yes. Well, not totally. You can sack the Judge's Familiars and they come back. But it's still pretty bad.
I can. It's still going to be tough.
Yeah.
Well, I would have preferred not to have played the Spreading Seas. That's all.
Yeah.
He's going to be ready for
I don't think I've ever seen them play
Living Ending.
white before.
I
don't think I've ever seen them play white before.
They play all the colors. I've seen everything. Another Spreading Seas. So we are going to get the Judge's Familiars back. Well, we're going to get one back because Shriekmaw is going to come back and then eat one. He may not have Island Walk, but he's got Flying, the most broken mechanic in Magic. Tried and true.
It's possible you could cut him off of his Cascade spells if you cut him off red.
Yeah, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
The other option is black one of the options? No, maybe not.
Well, there's Violent Outburst, which is red and green. They both have red, I think.
Actually, really important. I got Tectonic Edge here. I got Tectonic Edge in the main deck, and it's actually relevant against their deck. So let's start this party off with a Silvergill Adept and Judge's Familiar. And we might try to cut them off some mana. So let's say...
Should we Tech Edge first?
No, I want the mana available just in case I draw something important. Just in case I draw something important off Spreading Seas. It's basically the same thing.
Because he's going to go for it here now. Although he only gets a Shriekmaw back at this point.
No, he gets this other guy.
Oh, yeah, right.
He's got a 4/5 Reacher.
Yeah.
Reacher Arounder. We've got Mirror Reacher, so we're going to rebuild the board pretty well, and he's only going to have a green source at the end. So not that bad. Okay, let's just pass. We're going to put a stop at my end step because I'm going to want to blow up the Overgrown Tomb before we pass priority.
Yeah, here he goes.
Violent Outburst. Sure. So he's going to get 2 creatures. So we got Living End. We're going to counter Living End. I see. You know what? I sort of see what you mean. We could have Tectonic Edged first, and then if he let... Oh, no, but you know what? He would go for it right then and there anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So it changes nothing. We had to attack. Yeah, he would just float the mana anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. We're gonna have good creatures post disaster. Yeah, your creatures can be as big as you want. Not really prepared for Living End because this deck is supposed to be dead, given all the dredge hate.
I think a lot of people are playing Grafdigger's Cage, which doesn't actually do anything against Living End, as though people don't realize it at first.
Okay, so he's gonna start paying his way to get back into this game. He's got some mana. Found some mana. We can take a few hits. But we're going to need some gas. Really good would be Master Waves at this point. I think... I guess that's just going to be Mare Rejury. I'm going to pass.
You can play both. Can't you? Oh, no, sorry.
No.
Nope, never mind.
Impossible.
Nope, sorry.
And again, Gemstone Caverns showing itself. Were we on the draw or the play? We were in the draw, yeah. It's also unfortunate. We had a really good hand on the play because a Judge's Familiar. We had a very good hand on the play. Not going to be nearly as good on the draw. So I can take a hit of 7, go down to 6, and then we're going to leave our Judge's Familiar up later to block. Something. That's a great draw. Okay, that's good. So now the gas is cooking. How do I want to arrange this? Because I can play one of them and untap the Judge's Familiar. How many creatures does he have in the graveyard? He's got 1, 2, just 2. So that's not bad, because we're going to get our Silvergill Adept and 2 Judge's Familiars back. We'll draw a card. It's possible maybe we just... Oh, okay, so what's the difference here? We can attack for... I can think no matter what, if I save a Lord, I can just play 2 Lords. Attack for 4. That's the most damage I can do. I could play 1 Lord, attack for 4, play another Lord, untap Judge's Familiar. Or I can play 1 Lord, attack for 4. He goes down to 9. Or I can attack for 3. He goes to 10. What's our bet? I'm going to play in such a way so that I can just try to win the game next turn. I'm not going to dick around.
I think either way you end up getting in for 4 and have lethal on board. With the Judge's Familiar.
I would like to just play one of these if I can.
Oh.
If it's possible. But it looks like it might not be possible unless I draw another Lord. I have to empty my hand here and just hope he doesn't have anything. Hopefully he doesn't have anything. So to play around 1 Violent Outburst or 1 Living End effect, I'm just going to play this 1 Lord first, attack for 4, because we're going to get in for 4 anyway. And then we will play the 2nd Lord, untap Judge's Familiar. And we got a blocker. We got a blocker. Oh boy, I don't like the look of this. I don't like the look of that either. But he didn't play it untapped because he could have just went for it right then and there. So that feels good. That feels good.
Oh yeah, okay.
Cycling. That also feels good.
It's either very good or very bad. Because it means he's Oh no, it's plain cycling. It's not just regular cycling.
Oh, this is bad. He can attack with both. No, but you know what? I can block the Shriek Maw with one of the creatures. Oh no, it has Fear! Oh, well, this is a pickle.
Why?
Because if I block... Well, I guess I have to block with the Judge's Familiar.
Yeah, you already said you were going to.
No, but the thing is...
Shriekmaw's not lethal. That's what I'm not getting. Why is it a big deal?
Because now he can Violent Outburst.
Ah.
Because after I block the Judge's Familiar, well, we gotta do what we gotta do. It doesn't look like we have a choice. And I certainly do not actually want to... Would I want to dump one of these? Would I have 7 power on the board afterwards? It's not worth it.
You can just block with the Judge's Familiar on the 4/5, take the 3, and then crack back for the win.
I'm trying to figure out what's the best way I can get through a Violent Outburst. Like, do I want to dump a Lord of Atlantis into the graveyard right now? Lord of Atlantis would be useful. Because if Lord of Atlantis is in the graveyard, we would have 1, 2, 5 damage coming in next turn. I think this is just the best thing we can do if he's got another Violent Outburst. He would have to draw it. He had to have drawn it because he did not have it before. He had to have drawn it. Otherwise, I think at end of turn he would have just shocked and went for it. Alright, so he drew it. So he's going to get 1, 2, 3 things. Hopefully we get some stuff. We're going to draw 2 cards. Because of these guys. Oh, shoot. This thing deals something to flying creatures.
You can...
What a liability. I can't do anything about it.
Does sacking it to counter the Outburst make a difference? Probably not.
No, it's just going to... his creatures get bigger until end of turn. It's not relevant.
Right. God, I hate this deck. This is brutal. Ugh.
Unified Will be useful. Dispel will not. Dispel will be okay. Dispel will be okay because it can counter Ricochet Trap. It counters Beast Within. But it's gonna be iffy. It's gonna be iffy. Not gonna lie. Probably, if this were a Curse Catcher, we might have won the game. Because we could have afforded to block with our Lord of Atlantis there before Living End resolved.
Yes. You also have got in a couple more damage, I think, in the early turns.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep, there's the budget.
Or maybe if he just didn't draw into this thing, we would have been okay. Or unless it was part of his plan to... No, maybe it was part of his... He wouldn't have wanted to actually play it at the end of my turn. He was better off attacking for at least 3, get some value out of his creatures, than doing it on my upkeep.
Well, it's going to work out well for him here, regardless if that's how he meant to have it happen or not. Yeah.
I just wish he would get on with this trigger.
This is where your brother would say heart attack.
Well, maybe if he times out to nothing, we can claim he had a heart attack. So Living End, yeah, we haven't seen Living End for a very long time. Grafdigger's Cage, Rest in Peace. A lot of Graveyard Hate cards. Of course, Grafdigger's Cage does not work against them because it's sort of separating the creatures from the graveyard and then just putting them into play, whatever. But a lot of other Graveyard Hate cards have entered the metagame because of Dredge. Also, why would you play Living End when you can play Dredge? Is another thing. What's the point of playing Living End when, Dredge is perfectly good, also way more explosive, way more reliable, and way more resistant to Graveyard Hate than this deck is? Like, I think against Rest in Peace, all they have is... Well, maybe they have more things than I can think of. I think they only have Beast Within, though. Because they can't have anything that costs less than 3.
Right.
Otherwise, they'll Living into their Nature's Claim.
Right.
Or sorry, they'll Violent Outburst into their Nature's Claim.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me either, but I don't know. This guy looks like he's playing 4 colors. Maybe he's got some weird...
No, it's normal. It's there's like 5 color decks that play
Really?
with I don't know if they play 5 colors. Maybe it's just another version of 4 color. But there's the blue creature, the one when it enters the battlefield, you look at the top 3 cards.
Yeah, but it's a blue-black hybrid. So I don't think they actually play blue for it, really. I think they just use their black mana for it. I think.
Oh, true story.
I might be wrong.
No, you might be right. I've seen 4-color living in, though. This is not the first time.
So I usually just beat it so quickly. I don't even. I don't even read their cards.
Not even paying attention. Okay, we're gonna draw a card.
Oh, we finally passed priority.
Yeah, finally.
Thank goodness.
Stop multi-gaming. No one should be allowed to play more than one game on the client.
How are you gonna
Oh my god, he's not letting me draw my card either.
Uh,
Come on, this doesn't require thinking. I don't mind when people are thinking about a decision, but he clearly is thinking about nothing. There's nothing to do here, unless his computer's crashing on him.
I'm wrong. The cycling ability is a hybrid. The card itself requires blue and black mana.
Okay.
Architects of Will.
Architects of Will.
That's the one, yeah. But I don't know if I've ever actually seen them hard cast it. I feel like they always just living ended into play.
If you have control over the graveyard, Living End goes into a long game where they will hardcast things. They will hardcast stuff. Damn it, I wish we had another relic. So what do we got? We've got two Relic of Progenitus.
Yep.
We're probably going to bring in 3 Dispel. We're going to bring in... we got a Tectonic Edge. It's pretty useless at this point. We're drawing a lot of land with our... a lot of land. Yeah, I saw enough.
We could... Nah, okay. Yeah.
No. He's going to attack with... No, I actually can't.
Yeah.
You know what? We're going to make him attack me, though.
We'll play the Tectonic Edge and blow up his... Oh, maybe don't. Have
Yeah.
you shown him that yet? Oh,
I blew up one. Maybe I should just resign this game.
You can concede whenever. You don't need to have priority to concede.
No, but you know what? I want to force him to turn all his guys sideways. He's gonna have to. I think he has. No. Does he have to with this one creature? No, this guy doesn't have to attack. No, these guys do. This guy's Swamp Walk. I have no swamp. Forest cycling for 2? Plain cycling for 2? Aha! I actually didn't know this. For some reason, I just thought it cycled for a card. So this is useful to know. So he had the plains when he cycled it the first time.
I think he did it the first time for the forest, but I might be wrong. I think there's another one in his graveyard, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, but I'm just saying the plains, the turn that he living ended.
Right.
It's a classical game of Magic. Living End used to be a very good matchup for Merfolk, and over time they just found they became more competitive. They've got Ricochet Trap. They've got what's it called? They've got basically Ricochet Trap and that Ignot Chewer.
Oh yeah, Ingot or Chewer.
Yeah. It's not going to get us this time because we have no Aether Vial.
Ha ha ha.
Joke is on them.
Yeah, with your one game up.
Yeah.
Take that. That's probably true though. They will bring things like Ingot Chewer in probably and be like, have no targets.
So I don't know what I can make him play around. One thing's for sure, like Harbinger of the Tides is a serious card in this situation. But I doubt that he's not going to attack with everything, but it's possible. Like 5% of the time, your opponent will do something dumb. But 99% of the time, your opponent will go quickly to their turn, and then that's it.
It's 104%.
Like, if he's playing 2 games at once, he shouldn't be allowed.
I agree.
Like, what's the point, man? Just play one and get it over with.
See, now I really hope we go to game 3 just to screw him on time.
We are... Well, I don't know what's going to happen. He's going to finally take his turn. See, how hard was this? How hard was that? Alright, now I can concede. Now he's probably wondering, well, why is he wasting our time? Whatever. Do you know what we earned? like 6 minutes on the clock. I don't know if that's going to be relevant. So we're definitely bringing in the Unified Will. We're on the play, so we can take out a Gemstone Caverns, and I'll replace it with the Tectonic Edge. We're definitely going to bring in the Relics, and we'll bring in a few Dispels. What is not very good here? Not super pleased with Harbinger of the Tides. Not super pleased with Spreading Seas. But we're going to have a few of them. Vapor Snag. How good is this? You have Vapor Snag might not be very good at all.
No?
No. I think I'd rather have...
They do have to do a lot of... Like, they don't cast much, right? Like, they dump it, and then it comes into play. If you can put it back into their hand, that does almost set them back, I would think.
No, they cycle it. Almost everything can be cycled.
Right, but you'd rather have them cycle it than have it...
It's very bad. It's very bad
Yeah?
value.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very bad value. No, you're going to spend a card, and they'll
Yeah,
cycle
that's
it
true,
for 1 mana.
That's true.
And all at instant speed.
That is card disadvantage.
Yeah,
you're right.
it's massive card. Then they'll just draw into like more stuff.
Yeah.
And living in me again. Maybe I want one more Dispel. Well, what can we take out? Maybe one Master of Waves, keep the curve low, and one more Dispel. I don't want too many Dispels because it's not that good. It can counter Ricochet Trap. It can counter Beast Within. That's about it. And hopefully he's bringing those cards in. I don't even know if he's bringing those cards in. That's going to be the plan. All right, let's go. I really want to be on the draw so I can use the Gemstone Caverns. We got them for. We keep drawing them every single game. But on the play or not on turn 1, I would like to play first. Ugh.
Ooh.
This is incredibly unideal, but it's a type of hand that could win the game. I really don't like to rely on Spreading Seas, mana screwing them, because that usually does not happen. So we have...
It's one of the 3 ways you win games.
Turn 1.
According to Ari Lax.
Yeah. Well, against Jund. We have no turn 1 play. We do have some turn 1 plays. We have good turn 1 plays. We have Judge's Familiar and Relic of Progenitus. Those are only 6 cards. Dispel won't do anything on turn 1. But we have Mirror Rejury, so on turn 3, if our opponent is disabled, it will do something. Alright, we're just going to keep it. It's not a good hand, but I think the risk is pretty high if we mulligan. We don't have that many. If I had a lot more relics in my deck, I'd probably... mull this, or if I had more high impact cards like Chalice of the Void, I would mull this. But really, we don't have that much really high impact stuff against Living End. This is just gonna have to be this. I'm gonna Spreading Seas him. I'm gonna play Mirror Rejury, and hopefully it's gonna be enough. Hopefully this slows his cycling potential down, because he needs red and black to cycle a lot of stuff. Okay, paying 2 life to cycle. Paying another 2 life to cycle. If he plays no land here, that's good. We're in good shape. We're in great shape.
Ooh, Fulminator.
Yeah, hopefully that is not going to bite us.
No.
Well, the Tectonic Edge is looking pretty useless.
Yeah.
All right, we're off to the races. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. And he could go for... Oh, so I have to keep this up at all times from now on. It's going to be a rule. I can just play the Silvergill Adept.
No, you can play a Rejury because you drop a Tectonic.
No,
Edge.
you play Rejury,
right?
And then he Hordling Outbursts. He's not going to let me untap the land.
Oh,
that would be.
He might have a Spirit Guide in his hand or something.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Right.
Like I
Right.
think he has a greedy hand like this.
Right, Spirit Guide. Okay.
I think.
But he doesn't have 3 mana.
I think he has a greedy hand like this.
That's probably the safer play.
I could just try to jam another Rejury. We can attack for 2 Silvergill Adept. No, do you know what? I'm just gonna play passively. Well, what I can do is Is there anything that would change if I play Silver Gill? Well, let's play Silver Gill Adept right now. I don't think much is going to change. So untap the island.
This definitely tells me of counter magic, but I mean, whatever.
That's fine. See, yeah, this is what I wanted to see. So that does change a little bit. Whatever. I'm just going to attack for 2, then play the Judge's Familiar afterwards. Our chances just skyrocketed. That's all I can say. Chances look good. Judge's Familiar. Does that look familiar to you? It does to me.
It's so adorable. How could it ever hurt us? Untapped. Oh,
Yeah, he's cycling. He's preparing. He's getting ready for the big turn. Gotta watch out for a Ricochet trap.
Wow, okay.
He's gonna watch out for his life total.
Yeah,
we have 8 life. Okay, well, he said, to hell with it.
Sweet.
Maybe the Spreading Seas did something. Usually it doesn't do anything.
Didn't even have to show him Unified Will.
Did not have to show him Unified Will. I think that's just all. That's going to be it. I want a 4th Master Waves. Nah.
Should put all the gut shots in.
Just in case he goes to 1 life. Just in case.
Shoot him from 4.
Oh, we do want to take out Tectonic Edge for Gemstone Caverns. That would have been a mistake. Okay, that's good. Come on, Gemstone Caverns. Let's see the power of Gemstone Caverns. The best thing that we could do against a deck like this is play turn 1 Silver Gill Adept. Damn it! This hand's actually quite bad. Unlike the other hand, which had the potential to explode at some point, this does not. We would have to tap out on turn 2, and we don't even have an answer to Living End whatsoever, so I'm going to mulligan this. This hand has no chance at all, so we're going to mulligan that as well. Not great, but we have to keep it. It's not a good card given that he kept. But do you know what? I don't know any other way that we can win the game.
Relic or something is about the only card you'd probably rather see.
I do what I'm going to put on the bottom. Maybe it's a mistake.
No, that's probably what I would have done. Oh.
Actually, do you know what? We don't even have a 4th land in play. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
That's the best thing I could see on turn 1. Do not shriek on me.
Man, how many kinds of lands is this guy playing?
He's playing everything.
I'm so used to playing 4-ofs of like. This is
1 damage at a time. This guy's clock is slow, but it's going to get there eventually. I cannot prevent forest cycling. Did you get a forest? Overgrown tomb. Well, that's sick. He can get anything.
Yep.
And he definitely has anything. Kitchen Finks. Cute. Gains himself some life.
Ooh.
Ugh, this is awful because I have to dedicate everything to the board.
Yep.
How about this? This is what I'm gonna play the Merfolk, and I'm gonna suicide this Silver Gill Adept into the Kitchen Finks, and I'm gonna have something in the graveyard for if he Living Ends and it resolves, because the Kitchen Finks is gonna come back, but now the Kitchen Finks is gonna go away permanently if permanently if he Living Ends. So I'm gonna have a little something, and also now this Kitchen Finks can't beat 3/3 Merfolk.
What is going on?
That's a problem.
Wow, okay.
You may discard a card if you do draw a card. I wonder if he switched gears. Maybe this is not Living End anymore.
Well, I still got it because he just discarded it.
Oh, discard. Okay. True story. True story.
Interesting.
Oh, we have Unified Will.
That would have been good last turn. Well, you can play a Reedry and hold it up.
Yeah, but I want to deal with this Nihiri the Harbinger.
Well,
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play a Reedry and hold it up.
well, you can attack both of them into the Nihiri. He blocks with the Finks, but then it goes down to 5 or whatever. I don't know.
No, the problem is...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because
You're debating.
he'll exile the Merfolk if I attack Nihiri. Because he can just block, let it die, then exile my Merfolk. But I guess what I can do is attack Nihiri? It's just the Judge's Familiar? Because it's clearly useless at this point.
Yeah, he's got tons of mana.
And then I'll just try to kill it off later. And if he wants to exile the Judge's Familiar, that's fine. And then all it takes is one Nihiri hit.
What's the ultimate there? The -8, is that right?
Yeah, search your library for anything.
I just
and
wasn't
then...
sure what amount it was. It was -8, minus whatever. Interesting. So really weird.
Okay, so we get full triggers. Tap this. Tap this thing. So 2 things can go after Nihiri, and then Judge's Familiar can go at him, I guess. Yeah, that'll be okay. All right.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in this deck. It doesn't cost 2 or less.
Okay, so for sure, stuff is getting exchanged. I'm not going to get anything. Well, assuming Living End resolves, hopefully it will not. I can't kill off my Merfolk, so I don't see any point trying to kill off his Sphinx. He doesn't have anything in the graveyard, though. That's a...
Yeah, this is a weird game.
That is good for me. Lord of Atlantis. Oh, could we just kill him now? So what is this? 516. Not enough.
No.
So we're just gonna hit him for 1 billion.
Give or take.
Give or take if it all resolves. Okay, so that's going to resolve. Living End will not resolve. Hopefully. Your creatures are +1/+0. So hopefully that disables his fetch lands a little bit.
Again, keep in mind that if that was a Curse Catcher, it's... Oh no, then again, it might not have hit the Nihiri in the first place because it wouldn't have had flying. Okay, so I feel like this is still a wash for the Curse Catcher versus Judge's Familiar.
He's putting more creatures in the graveyard. Not great. He's got 2 creatures in the graveyard so far. Not many creatures for a Living End deck.
Well,
A lot of Living Ends, actually.
yeah.
He's thinking on another level with this. Oh boy, what does that mean?
Uh-oh.
Okay, I tell you what I think this means. I can't counter, what's it's called? Shriekma?
Right. Oh.
Oh, he said, oh, no, wait, I guess he realized my creatures are 4/4s, and he wasn't going to waste any time. And that's going to be the manabase.com Get Dunked On Instant Replay. That was great. I didn't think we were going to have any chance, but his hands in game... I understand how we won in game 1. He had, I wouldn't say it was a greedy hand, but he had a lot of cards that could cycle. Maybe the Spreading Seas did win us that game because he intended on cycling a little bit more with that black-red mana with the Blood Crypt, but he couldn't. And in game 3, it was just a weird hand. He did not have many creatures, despite all these living ends, and the living ends really didn't do anything. And he had this Nihiri the Harbinger. Unified Will saved us. Awesome for Unified Will. Something that Spell Pierce would not have done very well in this situation or in this game because he had all the mana. Dispel wouldn't have worked out. Honestly, Negate would have just been just as good. But who cares?
Wow.
Yeah, so Poorfolk in Modern. 2-0.
Woo!
We haven't seen Gemstone Caverns yet, but we're bound to at some point. Anyway, thank you for making me a part of your daily routine. We're going to thank the manabase.com for being our sponsor, and we're going to thank all our patrons supporting me on Patreon. This has been Nikachu with Andrew Day 2 Dryden, playing with Poorfolk in Modern.